How we going, guys? The Luke Gamer over here, and I got another episode. Is it worth it? Should we buy ourselves two GTX 1080 Ti's in SLI? Is it worth it or not? This over here, guys, as we can tell, is the MSI GeForce GTX 1080 Ti Duke overclockable graphics card featuring the 1531 MHz base clock with a 1645 MHz boost clock with 11 GB of 352 GDR5X memory, PCI 3.0, of course, 1116 MHz memory clock, the TriFrozr Thermal Design, Afterburner Overclockable Utility, MSI backplate, which I'll show you guys just in a moment, OpenGL 4.5 support, which is good, DirectX 12 support, VR ready, hell yeah, dual link, DVI-D, 2-time HDMI ports, 2-time display ports, and backed up with a really handsome 3 years MSI warranty. That's really good, fellas. All those awesome specs in the way, but of course we want to know the number 3 things. Number 1, the design. Number 2, is it worth it? And number 3, how the hell does this bad boy actually perform? But thanks guys for watching. Let's go together and let's dive in. First thing we're going to go through is the design. First thing, guys, that we're looking at right now is obviously the beautiful design. I am loving it. Looks very spacey and, futuristic with a really nice accent on the design over here. The fans, which are really beautiful. And of course, this is the triple force for cool gaming. The TriFrozr sort of design technology whereby this card would run 60 degrees. Very cool. Over 60 degrees, it will start to actually use the fans, but minus 60 degrees, it will just stand still and idle, which is really cool. And of course, the Duke Triple PWM fans blast the heat out of the card for the consistent top performance, which is exactly what you guys want, especially if you're paying $1,200 for one of these bad boys. But looking on this side over here, guys, what do we get? Of course, we get ourselves the 2 HDMI ports over here. And then, of course, we get our 2 display ports, which is really awesome. Of course, our monitor port over there, which is the DVI-D, which is really nice. So we get ourselves, of course, the obvious that we always expect from these two bad boys here. But looking at the other side here, we get the really cool imagery on the Duke. As you can tell over here, this actually lights up to about 6 different colors, which is really nice. Of course, we need about 8 different connectors over here because it actually uses just a bit of power. But the thing I do love about this graphics card is the fact that, the GTX 1080 Ti doesn't really use too much power compared to the 1080. It's approximately about 15 to 20% less, which is really good. And of course, guys, what power supply do we need to actually power this beast? It's always recommended to have at least a 650 watts. But actually, if you have anything less than that, it will still power up. 500 watts minimum, guys. But if you guys are having 2 cards like myself, at least get a bare minimum of 850 watts for your power supply. But yeah, guys, just thought I'll let you know that. Fellas, over here we get the really nice heat sinks with 8mm superior pipes and solid copper base plate with short work of the heat, breezing through the most intense gaming moments. So for a fact this card will run nice and cool. You won't have to worry about your graphics card going all hot and all crazy and all loud, which is really nice. And of course we get a really nice black plate, nice beautiful design. It's not really opened up like the other ones. And of course our SLI that actually connects from the other side. So right over there, fellas, as you can tell, really nice detail. And of course the GeForce GTX, we had to just bowl that pippin out. You feel me, guys? But of course that's the design of this beast. You gotta love it, man. I'm loving it. Really beautiful design. But now let's just check out the back of this box to see exactly what we get with the features. So looking at the back over here, fellas, of course we get the box Duke 1080 Ti. Of course on the other side we get the really nice imagery. But of course what we want to look at is the actual design. As I spoke to you guys about, the TriFrozr Thermal Design is really nice, especially the fact that your card will definitely stay nice and cool at 60 degrees. Above 60, that's when the fans will actually start to work. We get a premium, really nice backplate, massive heat sink, so for a fact that it'll actually absorb that heat. And as you can tell, you're able to change it to all these nice colors. We get about 5 colors, which is really sick, guys. And of course, features the simultaneous multi-projection, NVIDIA Ansel, which is really nice, especially if you want to take some really cool photos. NVIDIA GameWorks Game-Ready drivers, NVIDIA G-Sync, of course, NVIDIA G-Sync Stream, NVIDIA GPU Boost 3.0, Microsoft, DirectX 12, Vulkan API, of course, OpenGL 4.5, which I spoke to you guys about earlier in this video. But we get all these really cool features over here, fellas. So now, of course, what we want to see is this bad boy light up just like this. but I'll show you guys that just in a moment. So to put the puzzle together, guys, I got myself a really nice EVGA high bandwidth 4K compatible SLI bridge. Really nice design, made out of a really nice aluminum as well, and a nice plastic in the middle of it. The EVGA sign actually glows up to about 6 colors, which is really fancy. So in case you guys are wondering, will this match my rig? Depending on the color rig that you guys actually have, but yeah, it matches mine because my cards actually look pretty similar to this, and on top of it, they actually like blue, and one of these colors are actually blue, which I'll show you guys just in a moment. But as you guys could tell, really nice design. And of course, my bridge actually has a gap in the middle. That's the reason why I actually got this one over here, which is perfect. But I just thought I'll let you guys know what kind of bridge that I'm actually running on my rig. As we could tell, guys, I've just turned on my computer, and what happens over here is the fact that these bad boys actually change into a really nice blue color, but it takes a bit of time to actually sync with the program. But I'll just wait for a couple of seconds. As we could tell, it's a really nice sort of like ice color over here, and surely but slowly it will definitely turn blue. As you can tell, it really blinked over there, but now it's actually a really cool sort of blue, so sort of matches the theme of your rig over here, as y'all can see. So really nice, neat feature to actually have, in case you guys are wondering. But it does about 6 colors, just as I showed you guys. But now let's get to the really cool Duke software. Alright guys, we agreed about this really nice Mystic Light software from MSI. What happens over here is it really recognizes the graphics cards that you use. As you can tell, I have two 1080 Ti's and SLI, and on top of that, if you had an SLI bridge that was MSI, you'll be able to change the effects of it too. So as you can tell, we get the LED effects. We can turn it on or off. The styles, breathing, flashing, double flashing, and all random. Extend LED, meaning you'll be able to extend the whole color of the SLI bridge, which is really cool. Fortunately, I don't have that SLI bridge, but I got the EVGA one, which is perfectly fine. I have my own software for that, which I'll show you guys just in a moment. But of course, the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1080 Ti, we're able to actually have animations, or we're able to actually change it to breathing. We could flash it, we could double flash it, or random, or even add to music, which is really cool. So we get all these effects over here. Right now, mine is just pretty standard because I had no animation, but I could change it to any one of these, which is really cool. And on top of that, I'm able to change it to any color that I want either. So in case you guys got fancy looking rigs like yellow or black or whatever, it'll also work with the rig really well, which is really efficient. And of course, on the other card, we get the exact same features. But I thought I'd just show you guys the Mystic Light that we get with this card. I'll leave the link in the description and show you guys exactly where to find it. So over here, guys, we're playing Dishonored 2. Let me just show you guys the really nice things that I got over here. So as you guys can tell, let's go to visuals, 3440 by 1440, full screen. Let's go to the quality settings over here. So ultra on everything, high is the highest there. FXA, which is high, which, FSX sort of, messes up your GPU, but I can handle that, I guess. I can even, go down that a notch because I'm playing on 3440 by 1440, so I really don't need to worry much about anti-aliasing. But everything else, is, as you guys can tell, is on ultra. Let's go to advanced settings. So of course, VSync is off because I have G-Sync. Adaptive resolution, which is off, which is fine. FPS limiter, which is 120. Triple buffering, which is fine. And of course, HBO Plus, which is on. So now let's check this out. Let's apply the settings over there, which is fine. And then now let's see how we perform.
Road is blocked. Hello?
Oh yeah. Let me see. Lots of dipping, guys. I saw 44 there a couple of seconds ago. But I'm getting, on average, about, I would say, between 55 and 65. Really inconsistent reads. Pretty disappointing, to be honest. But as you guys can tell, I'm getting 70 now, which is not really much action. But Dishonored 2 on two 1080 Ti's and SLI. Final comment, pretty disappointing. So right now, guys, we are playing Dragon Age Inquisition. Let me show you guys my really nice settings. Let's go over here. Graphics. So we got everything on ultra, as you guys can tell. Faded touch, which makes it even more better quality. HBO, which is all on maximum. MSA times 4, which I really don't need, but I thought I'd just make a max. Anti-aliasing is high, which is the best stats you could get. Now let's have a look over here. As you can tell, I'm getting 81 FPS with everything maxed out, which is pretty cool. Of course, now what we want to see is how bad it dips when we actually go through combat. So I'm going to keep being visible now. So I'm getting still 84 FPS, which is pretty decent, I would say. Alright, now this 87 still. Alright. Alright. 78 FPS, 81. I'll just die now, but oh man, not really bad FPS, guys. 80 FPS, I would say on average. Really good scaling on Dragon Age Inquisition. Now let's check out the next game. Over here, guys, Hellblade, this new beautiful game. As you can tell, I'm getting about 72 FPS. Let me show you guys my settings over here. So graphics, as you can tell, everything is on max, which is really fresh. Let's have a look here. Processing, of course, all those bad boys are on max. V-Sync is on. I'll probably turn it off because I have G-Sync. Let me just apply to that. As you can tell, I'm getting way more FPS now. But of course, we need to turn that off. Now let's just go back. Now let's just see the kind of FPS that we'll be getting. And let's dive in. Getting about 68.
When she was younger, she would lay in the grass and stare at the plants.
83, 70.
Elusive. Shifting faces. After a while, she could see faces everywhere. In the trees, the mountains, caves.
Okay, 70 FPS. So on average, roughly, I'm getting between 67 and about 70, which isn't too bad. Not much action here, but I thought I'd just show you guys Hellblade running on two 1080 Ti's and SLI. Not bad. So yeah, it is, guys. Mass Effect Andromeda. Let me show you guys the really cool settings that I got over here. So of course we want to go to game, we want to go to settings. Let's go to the graphics to see what we got. As you can tell, grain on, everything's on ultra, so quality, resolution 1:1, ultra. I leave my anti-aliasing at AAA, HBA full, ultra, everything's on ultra over there, as you guys can see. This goes to the highest of high, and 32-bit of course. Now let's go back. As you guys can see, I'm getting 102 FPS now, obviously in the menu. But now let's see in the game. So I'm getting around 65 FPS. Bit disappointing, to be honest. Getting around 72. Let me get into my Nomad. I'm getting higher FPS when I'm inside my Nomad, which is really interesting. I'm getting about 75 now. Let me try to get into some action so we can see if it'll change. So 74. So I would say on average I'm getting about what, 69, 70. But this looks really beautiful, guys, on everything on ultra. Now let me kill this thing over here. Oh man.
what a nice kill. So I was getting about 77 there, a bit, 76. Not really bad FPSs at all, guys, but a bit disappointing in some streaks. But that's this Mass Effect Andromeda. So guys, we're in right here. So what we're going to be doing is, at the rise of the Tomb Raider, I want to put everything on max graphics so you guys can see how amazing this performance is. Ambient occlusion, depth of field very high. As we can tell, everything out here is maxed out. Where's anti-aliasing? Let's have a look over here. Level of details all present. So yep, guys, as we can tell, everything maxed out, even pure hair. All good, all good. Now, of course, let's just continue and let's see this performance. Because, if we are going to be playing, good money for this graphics card, it needs to really represent it. And of course, guys, I'm running 3440 by 1440p. As you guys can tell, I'm getting a bit of a dip there. 52, not really too good. 69. But of course, what matters the most is in the gameplay. Let's have a look here. So I'm getting 97 FPS, and this game is looking gorgeous. As you guys can tell, pretty big dips over here, but very smooth. Very smooth, especially with G-Sync. Let's do a bit of action. Beautiful. 86 FPS. Alright, let's press E. Alright. More water's coming there. Press Q to activate. Alright. Alright, 76 FPS. Alright, where do I go? $72. So pretty consistent FPS, I would say. So yeah, it is, guys. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Everything maxed out. Let me just show you guys the actual settings over here. So we go to settings, go to video, graphics. As you guys can tell, 3440 by 1440p, full screen, of course, hairworks maximized, high, everything maximized over here, which is really awesome. So we get everything on max. Let's see how it performs.
Give ya.
I'm getting 71, 69 FPS, which is the least that I've seen. 65.
Who, I ask?
So I'm getting about 70. So in average, I'd say about 67. Of course, if I turn down airworks, I probably wouldn't be going down this much. But well over 60, guys.
Forces attacked. One from either side. Cavalry swooped in from the woods.
68.
Whoa.
So as you guys can tell, The Witcher actually works really well on this 210 Ti's and SLI. Bit disappointing, to be honest, but I thought I'd just show you guys that. So the golden question is, guys, is it worth it? Should we grab two GTX 1080 Ti's and an SLI, or just grab one? First question you got to ask yourself is, do I have the paper to spend money on two? Number two, is it worth it? Do you believe that all the titles that I just displayed for you guys was really worth the extra paper? Or would you guys just prefer one? Because some games didn't get really that much great scaling. Otherwise, other games actually really did really well. So that's really up to you guys. And number three, do you guys have a G-Sync monitor? Because that's really beneficial if you guys got two of these cards. Because as you know, guys, G-Sync works perfectly with NVIDIA. So thank you guys for watching this video. Really appreciate it. If you guys love my Is It Worth It kind of videos, please subscribe to my channel. But thank you very much for watching, and God bless you.